Manyara, welcome back to Matumza Productions, back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to take your vocals from sounding like this to sounding like this. Using a couple of steps that I use when it comes to mixing vocals, and yeah, we're gonna be just using stock plugins, gents. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Down go. So the first thing that I did when I got these vocals is that I cleaned them up. So in that session, we had a microphone, but it did not record the audio properly. I will play the raw files of the vocals. So we had to use that mic, and then we also had to use a phone, which is kind of crazy because it doesn't even sound like this was a phone the way I mixed this so well. So the first thing that I did when I got all of these vocals was just denoise them. So for those of you that do not know how to denoise, you click on the waveform and then you right click on it at the bottom here, and then you say edit in audio editor, which is Edison. And then you select a portion of the audio file, the portion where you want to denoise. So basically the white noise and any humming and unwanted frequencies in the background. Instead of cutting them, we're going to denoise them, because if you cut, for example, the high-end frequencies of that audio file, then it's going to lose its character from the range that you cut it from. So it's better to then denoise it. So like I said, gents, the first thing that I do with vocals whenever I get them is denoise. Not even just vocals, even samples, anything that has been recorded live, I just like to denoise, just to make sure that there's no unwanted background sounds that are going to now overlap in the mix. So let's just listen to this before I denoise it. This is the raw vocal file recorded from the phone.
Ngithathu wanhliziyo ngise wanhliziyo ngise wanhliziyo ngise wanhliziyo ngise odale ngithathu ngise la.
So as you can hear, there's a lot happening with those vocals right there. There are parts of the vocals which are clipping, and there's also a lot of white noise. If you listen closely, you're gonna hear a hissing and a sound. So what we need to do first is make sure that we denoise our work. So like I said, I select the section. We can hear a bit of the instrumental playing and that white noise. So as I've selected the section here, I then go to this brush here, which is the cleanup, the denoise brush, and then I right click. What this does is that it acquires that noise profile, which means that it's acquiring that section that we've selected now. So the hissing, the white noise, and whatever background noise that is there. So I then left click, open up my cleanup, and you're gonna come across your denoise mechanism here. So I don't touch the frequency scale. The only things I worry about here is the threshold and the amount. So the threshold is how much of it I want it to clean. So the higher the threshold, the more it's going to denoise the audio. But you don't want to do too much because then it loses some of the high-end character. So I like to leave it around somewhere there. And then the amount, I like to leave it right in the middle. The amount obviously is how much you want to take away. But the threshold is basically how much of the compression, how much is going to compress it basically. That's what it's doing. So it's gonna take out the frequencies that sound like that. So then after we adjust our settings, we're gonna press accept. Oh wait, my bad. We have to click the whole audio file, come back to the brush, and then press accept. Once I've pressed accept, it's gonna start to denoise the wave file or your audio file, and even you're gonna see that the wave file of this waveform has changed. It's no longer as bulky. There's a lot of cleansing that has been done. So when I play this, you can barely hear that hissing, that white noise, and that background noise. You're just hearing the vocals clearly. I'm sorry.
Ngithatha ungisela wanhliziyo ngise oh dale ngithatha ungisela oh dale ngithatha ungisela.
So this step, gents, is very important. You need to denoise and make sure that you're working with clean sounding audio clips, or else it's gonna make your life very difficult when you start to mix it. If now there's humming, there's hissing, there's a lot of unwanted frequencies land in the background. So gents, very important to denoise. Obviously, if you have higher quality equipment, like your top end mics, then you don't really need to do this. But like I said, we had to use a phone, we had to use what we had, and yeah, man, we had to do what we had to do. So we made sure to clean it up. It sounds good, and now we can start to mix it to make it sound even better than what it is right now. Alright, Feli Manyara, I showed you how to denoise vocals. Now we're ready to go to the mixer and actually start to add effects and make it sound better than what it is right now. So, gents, mixing vocals also depends on your recording process. So what I like to do is usually do 3 takes for a verse or chorus or whatever the case may be, and then I know I have one vocal going to the left, one vocal going to the right, and then I have one in the middle. So I usually mix my stereo vocals, which is my left and right, together in one mixer channel, and then I have my main vocals, which is gonna sit in the middle, and I usually deal with that differently. So what we're gonna do here is take a look at the main vocals. As you can see here, I've been playing with the decibels of different parts of the vocal, which is what I like about FL21 going up, is that you have control to actually touch upon some of these vocals here, instead of having to now create a new clip for the vocal. You can just now play individually with these different stems here. So let's take a look at the mixer channel for the main vocals. So what we're gonna do is just mute everything, and we're gonna come with it slowly. So already you can hear the vocals. So I'm just gonna mute the beat and we're just gonna listen to the vocals. So the first thing that I decided to do with these vocals was to apply parametric EQ cut and cut some frequencies that I felt like were not needed. So there was a frequency too high, around 14 kilohertz, 13.853, somewhere there. So you can just see here I was just doing small cuts. And then I added another EQ where I cut the low end, cut a little bit more of that high mid. Actually, let's mix. So actually, when you're mixing, gents, you must always mix with the beat playing. Never mix like what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching you guys live. Yeah. You must mix with the beat so that you can hear what it exceeds inside. But I just want to go through everything while explaining what's happening so that you guys can hear the difference of the things I'm putting. So as you can see right now, I just put EQs on it. The next thing I decided to do was to put Pecha, which is FL Studio's equivalent to auto-tune basically, and the song is in A minor. So here are the settings that I did, because obviously Nox is a female, so you need to move this knob, the gender knob, to the right, and then pick the correct scale, or else it's not going to shadow auto-tune their way. I'm sorry. So you need to make sure that you're in the right scale in order for this thing to work. Otherwise, try. So the next thing I decided to do after that was to compress these vocals. So then after that, I like to add a de-esser, which cuts down the harsh S frequencies. So whenever you're singing or whenever you're speaking and you are mentioning the letter S, it makes sort of a harsh kind of sound. Well, that's why we have what's the thing called when on top of the mic? I don't know, man. I'll put a picture, but you know that thing, gents, man. You know that thing. And that's to cut out the S's, but sometimes they do slip through and they cause like a harsh frequency. So what we do, we add a de-esser. So in this case, I added a de-esser from Maximus. And I usually just choose one of the two presets and then play around with it to see what I like and, what suits my ear. And thereafter, add some reverb and delay. It gives it a little bit of color. And then I say sound equalizer to give it more boost in sound equalizer basically boosts frequencies. So I chose this C preset because I like it. I think it boosts more of the lower mids, high mids. And then I add a fruity reverb again, just for more, more spice, and then a soft clipper so that nothing is peaking. And then to my right here at the bottom, a little bit of more delay, a little bit more reverb, some fruity chorus. I like to personally add fruity chorus to my vocals. I don't know, I just like chorus. It just makes it sound a little bit different, man. These are things that I do. Like I said, gents, everybody does this differently. This is what works for me. And then the last thing I add is a fruity shaper, which just basically lets the vocals sit in its own space in the mix. So basically now I showed you all the things I added. So let's play these vocals unmixed with the instrumental and then mixed without the instrumental so that you just can hear what's going on actually and how important it is to add these elements, you know? So now let's play the vocals with the mixing presets on and let's see if you gents can hear the difference.
Nag-post ang Ramsey nagpula.
Producer di producer ka offer, ang Ramsey sa so.